We might have a KAIZN crypto collaboration maybe in the future.
I hope so. That'd be amazing. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. My name is Pritesh with KAIZN Crypto. Today, I'm joined by Josh and Rob, two of the co-founders of the Cornucopias project. This is a massive blockchain game, play to earn, metaverse. We're going to be getting into all that here in this video today. So Josh and Rob, thanks so much for joining. How are you both doing today?
Doing very well. Thanks a lot for having us.
Yeah, doing well.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, yeah, I'm excited to chat with you both today. So we're going to jump right into it. I know we've got a lot of topics to go over in this conversation. So to get things started, can you both tell us a little bit more about your backgrounds and how you got started with Cornucopias?
Sure, I'll go. To keep it somewhat succinct, since I know we have a lot to cover, my background is I've been an entrepreneur building businesses for over 20 years, and I've learned the hard way and the easy way how challenging that is. But just through having to grow and build something from idea to a working business with employees and people that depend upon you and carry out a vision and a mission. So I've been doing that for a long time in a variety of spaces and tech, etc. I've been in blockchain since late or early 2017. And the way that I got involved with Cornucopias is Rob and I was actually interviewing, very similar to what you do for your podcast. I was interviewing Rob on a podcast called Cardano Chats that I was doing with one of our other founders, Jeff, who's also involved in Cornucopias. But we had a show called Cardano Chats to support our stake pool. And I interviewed Rob for that. And we met, got to talking, and very shortly afterwards, we were kicking it off and dropping everything that we both dropped our full-time jobs to take a risk and make this happen. And we were self-funded in the very beginning. So yeah, it's been a wild ride ever since. There's my quick intro. Rob?
Yeah, mine will be a bit quicker. I mean, I've been programming since I was a kid, probably from about the age of 12, 13, something like that. So always been into programming and future technology. I built businesses up from the scratch, sold them, always technology business, and normally on the cutting edge. So when Bluetooth first came out, NFTs came out, all kinds of different marketing technologies, worked with like local ambulances, police forces, so lots of big tech. And then later on in my career, I moved into kind of consulting and then did the same thing for other companies. And then, yeah, I discovered Cardano in 2017, and then I discovered the project Catalyst in 2020, and I was one of the original 50 of Fund One, and then I was just hooked on Cardano, and always thinking about how can I build something on this network, planning the game, and then well, as soon as I met Josh, then yeah, everything else since there is history.
Very interesting. Yeah, Rob, we've been chatting for a while now, so it's great to finally have you both on the channel. And then Josh, you mentioned a stake pool. What's the name of the stake pool?
It's called Grow Your Stake. So basically, we're currently giving away 100% of the profits from that to fund wells in Africa. So water wells. Went on a project a long time ago with my church group, and what we did was we built a well that a community, they were having to travel for 2 hours back and forth every single day just to get clean water. And a lot of them were dying because they were drinking dirty water and, getting diseases like typhoid, et cetera. So yeah, that trip was kind of life-changing for me. It woke me up to what I have, where I live, and what my, luxuries are in life, and that, what other people are looking at and facing. And so we wanted to do Grow Your Stake to contribute to that. And eventually Grow Your Stake is going to become part of Cornucopias. That's something we've been discussing. And so That's actually a little bit of a leak, but not
There's
a huge.
leak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a leak.
A little bit of alpha right there.
I'll say this: it's not a certainty, but we're discussing it. So.
Okay. Well, it's a great mission. That's I really resonate with that. It's fantastic. So that leads me into the next question that I have. I know we're talking a bit about how you both got into crypto, what drew you to Cardano. Now with Cornucopias, so there's a lot of different things that we're talking about here. Just, you know, the NFT aspect, the play to earn idea. How does that all come together? And like, why did you choose Cardano for that?
I mean, so many reasons for Cardano, and a lot of them are not currently available. They're coming in the future. So the governance side of it is, you know, we're creating a decentralized game. So in the future, we want our community and our players to do a lot of voting that happens within the game. Community really is at the heart of our game, as we've said that from the start, and I think some of our NFT mints have shown and followed that through. I think another key element is definitely a Thaler Prism. So with a game like this, you know, we need certain amount of controls on the age of players, for example, for different zones, and it's completely decentralized and anonymous. But a Thaler Prism gives us that individual ID, but again, that's another feature that's coming in the future. You know, we need the scalability of Cardano, which is not quite there yet, but we can see with Hydra that's coming soon. I don't know if I've missed anything, Josh, have I?
No, I don't think you have. You know, the only thing I would add to that is just that the amount of resistance that we had was really interesting. So many people don't see Cardano for what it is and haven't taken the time and done the research. And why Cardano? It's a ghost chain, you know, like so many people had objections. And you know what? They could be right. We could be wrong. We have yet to see how some of these features unfold. But so far, what we've seen with Cardano in delivery, in an execution of hard forks that no other chain could do, and some of these things are remarkable. And so I'm very convinced still. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, there's other chains. But we're and our desire in the future is to be interoperable. That's definitely a key facet to what, and that's, you know, knowing that Charles and Cardano and the mission of IOHK is very also focused and knowledgeable about trying to create a system that's interoperable is also important to us. So you know, eventually and this is a subject that could go on and on forever, but interoperability, it's a big one. You know, one day we want to be able to read in avatars from another gaming platform. That's a long ways away.
Wow.
That's really challenging, but reading in NFTs right now is doable. So from other chains and from Cardano chain, you know, it's very doable. So anyway.
Wow. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of different possibilities. I mean, you guys are really just using what has already been built in that sense, like governance. They're talking about scalability. So it's cool that you're just using the technology that's being developed right now. And then I love the idea that you mentioned with bringing in avatars from other chains. I mean, just to think about the possibilities here, and you guys are really just exploring all avenues. So exciting to see where this project is going.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to occur there. Sorry, go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, so we're building for our game, we're building a launcher for the desktop, and that will have a built-in wallet, and that will be able to read NFTs to begin with from the Cardano, but also from Ethereum and Binance almost quite quickly, because they're all APIs, and the majority of them are stored on IPFS. But it'll be an advanced NFT viewer, so you'll be able to play with them and look at them, and then pulling them into the game is quite easy from there.
I see. Okay. Fantastic. Now, Rob, you had touched on how community is a big focus of this project. I wanted to get into that, and you know, the recent mint that you guys had, I was there witnessing what had happened, and I want you to kind of touch on that and just give us a bit of an overview of the situation and how you all responded to it. But I really do have to say that, you know, in terms of what I've seen from the actions that you guys have taken, we're all learning and we're all growing, but you guys really handled that situation well. So can you tell us a bit about that and what you guys did to mediate the situation?
Yeah, well, I mean, to date, we've actually had 3 mints. We've got one ongoing at the moment. and that is just for the community. So our OG members that have been in the Discord from the start, but also members within our Discord that are friendly and helpful to others, we upgrade them to OG as well. So our OG is actually old guard, and the old guard within the Cornucopias metaverse actually means a little bit more than OG. So those guys, they're all getting their free bubble jets at the moment, but it's a special edition bubble jet. And at the moment, we've only minted 700 of them on purpose. So that it's a really low mint. The first mint that we did was the original bubble jet. And we had a few hiccups with that mint, but they all sold out within three and a half hours. So I mean, that was,
yeah, that was incredible. I was on the secondary market after that first mint, and I was like, oh, wow, this is incredible.
Yeah. But then the mint that you're talking about, that you're alluding to, is the second one, which is the Javelin. You know, the original bubble jet went so quick. We kind of made a bit of a mistake because we allowed everyone to mint 3 of them. And that meant that with the high demand, everybody bought 3, so that they weren't in many hands. So we did have another flying vehicle, which was the Javelin. But unfortunately, during that mint, the technology just, yeah, we had some major issues because the demand was so much. We had a few fixes that we changed from the previous mint, but then, yeah, the demand was literally overwhelming, and we had a really stressful couple of hours while we were trying to fix it. And then in the end, we said, look, we've got a couple of options here, because we have like a war room. We call it the war room when we're minting, where we're all together, we're all talking, and we're looking at the numbers changing. And so during the war room, we went through the possibilities. Do we pause the mint? Do we wait another hour and try and fix it? Do we come back tomorrow? We went through all these. And in the end, we thought, you know what, there's people that have taken time off work. It's 3 o'clock in the morning in some parts of the world. Let's just give all these javelins away. So there was supposed to have been 9,000 of them, but we had 12,400 people in the queue. So we increased it, but our technology is able to expand and also keep the rarities. So we were able to quite quickly keep the rarities. And then, yeah, I mean, we didn't give it a second thought, actually. It was only afterwards when we calculated that, after we'd increased them and gave them all away, and we paid the transaction fees as well. No, you know, we didn't, we just
well, the reality is that the transaction fee was a debate that we also had in the war room, and we had a third party that we were utilizing their tech, and it was Derp. And the way that Derp held things up was pretty outstanding as well. So they came through and they said, hey, you know what, you guys are taking such a big hit here. We're going to take a hit on the transaction fees. Yeah, they pay the consumers. But the original promise that we decided on in the war room was, hey, let's just take care of everything for them. We've got their wallet address. We've got their wallet addresses of everyone that's fulfilled X, Y, and Z. We knew we're at the point where they were in the queue and had the ADA to make the purchase. So if that occurred, we were able to get the NFTs delivered to everyone. And so we did that over the next 3 days with Derp. And yeah, you know what? It was an enormous hit, because we're in the middle of raising money to oversee a large vision and mission that we have. So swallowing that in the war room was
it's a tough decision.
It wasn't easy. That's you know, we're looking at what it would have been if it was the right number of people. It would have been just under $1 million, but it ended up being over $1 million worth, because we had to add some people into the queue, etc. So we took a huge hit there, and look, it was worth it, because it was well worth it, because the most important element of community, of crypto and what you're doing, is the community effect, is the power of what you can do together. And we all saw that. And, you know, you're looking at a tough choice. Well, do we just take the money and figure out how to get this to them, or do we just give it to them for free?
Fantastic.
In light of knowing that and the power of community, and also, you know, we've become friends with a lot of our community. Rob's in there all the time with Discord communicating. There's a lot of friends in there, and it's like, look, it's family. We're taking a family vibe, a family approach to our community, and we want them to participate with us and remain positive with us and be creative and be inspired to help us grow this thing and become what it can. And so that's what we chose.
And I think, so that means that, because we knew that the OG bubble jet was the third one on the list. It means 2 out of 3 mints on Cornucopias so far have been virtually free, which is amazing. And but the value that the NFTs are on the secondary market for something that's free is
completely skyrocketed. I mean, I've been keeping up with the secondary markets, and it's like, wow, you know, just to think the scope of this project too is massive.
Yeah.
So
we've
that's
got a lot we've got to pull off.
No, for sure. Well, we're excited to keep up with it. And, you know, just to circle back, so congratulations and kudos to both of you guys and the entire team, really, for the work that was done there, because I think that the situation was handled very well. So good job. And then just moving on very quickly here. So the metaverse is another topic that you guys are focusing on. So this bubble jet is going to be part of this ecosystem that you're creating. What as far as like the different land plots that are involved here, so we've got the 2 out of the 3 mints. So actually, no, all 3 mints contain vehicles, right? So you got the OG, you got the bubble jet, and then the javelin. So in the future, there's going to be these land plots, right? I wanted to get into that.
Well, okay, so we'd love to get into that, but the reality is that is being we're taking a very hard look at every single detail of the land sale right now. And furthermore, so it's hard to announce any hard numbers for you. Unfortunately, I can't give you details right now. I can give you one detail. We're moving forward with Unreal Engine 5 for our land. Rob, am I okay? I'm okay to say that, right? That's the message. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5. That makes us a well, that and many other things makes us a next gen game. It's remarkable what you can do with the imagery. We've been talking with our lead artist dev that what you can do with the imagery is 50 times more detail can be included with Unreal Engine 5. The gap between 5 and 4 in terms of what you can do is remarkable. And it's a big decision. It's a big switch for us to make at this point in the game. However, thankfully, to the foresight of our team and the experts that we have involved, they've been steering towards this anyway with UE5 in mind, so that it's not such an enormous undertaking at this stage in the game. And we're actually going to have some cool content to share on our land, some beautiful imagery very soon that we'll be leaking out, and we'll be giving a lot more details. So I wanted to give you that caveat before you ask too many detailed questions, but feel free to ask away, and we'll let you know if we can tell you an answer.
You're actually creating an entire deck, aren't we, Josh? So we're not just going to say, here's some numbers, this is going to be the price. It's like a sales pitch. So there'll be, multiple
full detail. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Well, I think that it's great to hear actually what you're doing with Unreal Engine too, because you guys know we're building a game on Cardano as well, Lovelace Saga. And we were talking about this before the call, in terms of the metaverse and what you guys are thinking about integrating different projects in there. It'd be really cool to see some samurais roaming around the Cornucopias metaverse with their KAIZN NFTs. But okay, so land plots still TBD in terms of the dates, the prices. So that's well and good. No worries there. I can't wait to see some of the artwork that you guys have in store for the land plots. I think that's interesting.
It's going to be mind blowing. For real. It's going to be one of the best land sales that I mean, I don't know how many land sales you've looked at, but there's been quite a few out there.
There's been a few, yeah.
And what we're doing is leaps and bounds ahead, and we're going to be incredibly proud of it. We have an amazing team, and we're all laser focused on it right now. So,
and we leaked a bit of that, didn't we? Josh and myself, we have our own YouTube channel that we do. 3 weeks now into our kind of podcast and our weekly. So that in COPI Cafe 2, I think yes, COPI Cafe 2. We leaked some ideas of what the land could look like with some fallen trees and
with UE4.
Yeah,
With
that
the
was in
previous
UE4.
platform.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
UE4. So it's not the UE5. We're going to get the first demo actually of the UE5 land today.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
And,
We're not releasing that to the public today, but we are
Fair.
going to get to see what our dev team has figured out, because they've had some really interesting issues to solve through. So what we had is a solution for building land and building out large amounts of land, which we need to do to achieve our roadmap, to do that and reduce the amount of time it took by a large chunk, like about 30 to 40% cut in the amount of time it took by some systematics and some different platforms that we were able to use and make that happen. And we ended up finding out that it wasn't going to work as well as we had originally thought. And then when Unreal Engine 5 came out, he went through, dove into it, and we'll be having him on COPI Cafe soon. His name's David. Dove into it and figured out how to make this happen on UE5 at a same, like, really good pace, but with about 50 times the detail and quality. So what we're going to be able to have is pretty remarkable image-wise.
I think if we've got time, we'll kind of explain how our metaverse is split up. We kind of have a home bubble where there is a bit of land in there, and there's water, and people will be able to build their own houses on that. And those home bubbles, they're free, so everybody gets that land for free, and you'll be able to build on that. And that's how we're going to expand and bring community in. So everybody gets that free piece of land, and you'll actually be able to build on it, and then build it up, and then convert it into an NFT, and then you'll be able to sell that. So that's what we kind of, one of the ideas behind Build to Work. But then what you do is you travel, because they're all floating in the sky. You then travel from your home bubble using a bubble jet or a javelin to one of our 12 theme zones. So there's 12 of them, and they're all different themes. We've announced kind of the 3 at the moment, but we're going to concentrate on one for the launch of the initial game. It's kind of like a farm. We call it Life on the Farm, but it will get a proper worldy name when it's released. Now, that land itself is not a traditional land that you'll see with other projects. That's going to be split into different sectors, and each of the sectors are probably going to be about 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers wide. So I think there's about 5 in the first one. We're not kind of, this is the finer detail that we're building on now. So that entire zone is ginormous, and there's going to be 12 of those. And then right in the middle, we're also going to have
There will not be 12 this year, just to make sure.
There'll be one this year, but it will have multiple sectors. So there's lots and lots of land that players can own there. And then we're also building, not yet, but next year we're going to release in the city, and so the city again is going to be in 12 different districts. So we're going to have a racing district, an art district, a music district, and so they're in themes as well, and players will be able to own land in there. But the district is kind of what you would think of a metaverse. So we'll have e-commerce in there, we'll have taxis going around, and people will be owning land, and we'll have stadiums in there, we'll have concert. There's lots of stuff that's happening in the city. The theme zones are very much play to earn and build to earn. It's like a role-playing game. You'll go in there and you'll do daily tasks, and then you'll be earning in-game currency, which you'll be able to then swap for our COPI coin, which is another reason why we're on Cardano, because we can have native cryptocurrency within our game. So yeah, the metaverse project is huge, and it's built for different types of players. It's built for collectors, then it's for the casual player, and it expands massively. So with lots of mini games in there, and the universe is also extended further onto mobile phone platforms, Xbox, Nintendo, and then eventually on smart TVs. And the technology, like Josh said, is multiple technologies. So the 3 core technologies that we're using is Unreal Engine on the desktop. We're using Unity to build mobile game. The console games could be either one of those yet. We don't know what their technology they're going to be built yet, because that's further on in the roadmap. And then on the desktop, we're building a desktop launcher, which is, like I say, is a full-blown wallet, and that then uses the power of Microsoft.NET. So we've got all these three technologies that all talk to each other, and Unity, Unreal, .NET, all sharing the same metaverse.
Interesting. Okay, so with the NFT idea that you have there going throughout all these different platforms, so you'll have the ability, and I know that a lot of this is still to come, right? The roadmap is pretty extensive. So if we were to have, like, let's say a platform such, you had mentioned the console, I think it's a really neat idea that you would be able to integrate, a way for somebody who holds an NFT to be able to play the game on the console as well. And I guess it's just a matter of figuring out how do we integrate a wallet integration, or like a way to be able to verify that NFT is actually held with the console platform. So that's going to be something cool that I can imagine there's a lot of thought that goes into that.
Well, we've already figured it out, because we had to figure it out for the mobile. So we're going to use those same techniques, and I think they'll be compatible with the consoles. But yeah, we think we're there. But until we build that side, yeah, we're not 100%. But yeah, we kind of know what we're doing.
Interesting. Yeah. With the token, can you tell us a little bit more about that? So you all had mentioned about this in-game currency. You've got the COPI tokens. So what's the idea there, like governance, utility? Because we have this play to earn aspect going on. So what's going on with COPI token?
Yeah, so COPI token is going to be the governance. So that's going to what we'll do with that is create a way for everyone to participate in voting, for the token holders to participate in voting. And there's going to be a reward system for voting as well, for participating in that way. We've had a data scientist that we brought in, and he wrote a 33-page paper on exactly all of this, and looking at everything. We gave him all the variables and all the information he needed, and he put together this long paper. I don't know that it was exactly 33 pages. I think it's somewhere around there. It's long. And it's got a lot of information in there for us to dig into, but it really walks through all the things that we needed to consider with a 2-token type of setup, which, by the way, none of the games out there with a play to earn or a game mechanic where you can buy and sell and have an economy within the game, none of them are successfully doing that with 1 token. It has to be a 2-token system. And that's the best way to make it work. So there will be an in-game token that allows for people to participate and share value and trade and buy and sell and do all of that. And you can convert out to COPI if you need to. COPI will be again the governance that will be rewarded. We'll be rewarding our community for participating with us in the direction of certain elements of the game.
And I think Josh, maybe you want to touch on the actual coin itself, talking about the interoperability and actually that.
Oh yeah, that's a great point. So you're talking about multiple chains. So yeah, we originally started on Binance Chain, and the reason for that was where Cardano was as a ecosystem, or as in terms of things that we needed to protect and secure the token and feel comfortable that we were being good custodians of the token, and not having a single point of failure, like a one wallet signer that, where you can lose all your addresses. So we have that set up to protect everything in terms of our token. And that's very needed in what we're doing. But now we're also on Cardano. So we've started and minted a Cardano native token, thanks to Chainport.io, who's helping to build the bridge currently between BSC and Cardano. And we also know that the foundation, or actually IOHK, is working on the ERC20 converter. There's a lot of things happening there in terms of bridge building. But currently, we've got plans to be bridging those very soon, probably 4 weeks or so.
Yeah, but it does mean that we're currently available on PancakeSwap on the Binance chain, and it's the same circulating supply. We just burnt one chain, well, I'm minted on another. And also on MinSwap at the moment. So there actually is, without the bridge, there is a price difference. Actually, it's a lot cheaper to buy, which is effectively the same coin, on the Binance chain at the moment.
Yeah,
Gotcha. So like in terms of being able to switch between one chain to another, so let's say if coins are on Binance, would they be burned if they were to move over and say transfer to a Cardano native asset?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So there is a fixed supply.
Yes.
Nice. Awesome.
3.84 billion.
Yeah, I'm glad you clarified that. Yeah, there's a fixed supply. We're not just artificially inflating.
Yes. Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
Well, cool. Well, that's really interesting. You know, there's so many technical things that I'm learning just speaking with you guys. I mean, as far as the team, I'm sure that there is a lot of people who are working on this nonstop. Can you tell us more about the people that you have that are working maybe behind the scenes? You know, maybe they don't have the ability to come on and chat with us like we are doing now. Tell us who do you have that's working on this? What are some things that you guys have planned as far as collaborations for the future? Talk about some of the big names that are already involved with this project as well.
Sure. Big question. Big question there. I could give it a start, and Rob's probably going to have to help me out.
Sure.
We have a great development team, and we have 24 internal employees or contractors within our project that are a part of our team that show up for our weekly team meeting. A good chunk of that, most of that, is the development team who's building out a mobile game. We have a mobile game that's in the works, probably going to be released in Q2. That's the plan. We have the team. I mentioned David before. We've got Jim, who's a phenomenal animator. He does a lot of the animations, the motions, the characters, things like that. We've got John, who does a lot of the game mechanics and development on that side. So and we'll be bringing all of these guys onto COPI Cafe, which is our show that you'll hopefully be a guest on at some point. But yeah,
I love that.
The team is remarkable. The founding team, we've got two other founders, Jeff and Ant. And really, honestly, I can't mention everybody on the show, but everyone, one of the things that I'm most excited about with our team is that everyone's passionate about it. We're all just, every one of us is bottlenecked right now with way more that we can do, that we need to do. So, so there's solutions that need to occur there. It's something we're working through as we're getting organized, but everyone's passionate. Everyone's working hard. Everyone's excited about what we're doing. We all see the opportunity here, thankfully. I actually said that in a team meeting the other day. I was like, look, if you don't see the enormity of the opportunity in front of you, please reach out to me, because I will talk to you about it. I need to make sure that everyone on this team understands the magnitude of this opportunity. And I haven't heard from anybody. So I think everyone gets it. I think they're all fired up and passionate about it, which is great. You talked about collaborations. We've got, I also didn't mention our new CMO, Alan. He's on the exec team now as well. Doing a great job to get our marketing organized, systematized as well. So a lot of great people in our team, and we're holding on growth at the moment, just temporarily. We want to get through this land sale. We want to be laser focused on that right now, and then we can start to make some different strategic decisions to deliver. In terms of collaborations, we've got a lot of really awesome ones, a lot of great partners. First thing I'd like to say is we have an abundance of opportunities, more than we can actually carry out and execute on, which is a great problem to have. There's so much we want to do, so many more people that we want to partner with, and that have given us a green light, but we just haven't been able to do it. But ones that we currently have in the pipeline and we're talking with, we're engaged with: Jira Wallet, QDOS for database and nodes and different server infrastructure, Charlie 3, obviously, we know that that's going to be the Oracle on Cardano, so there's some good possibilities there. Jira Wallet, I didn't mention their potential, but they're going to help us with fiat onboarding. They're going to help us to, be a wallet provider within the game, just a variety of different things there. Network, that's going to be a metaverse that people can go to, from our lands into their lands, potentially at some point when we fully carry that vision out. We might have property in Network, they'll have property in ours, different things like that, which is pretty exciting. I feel like I'm leaving something. Loveless, they're a metaverse services provider, and so that project we're working with. I feel like I might be leaving somebody out. I don't want to leave anybody out. Anyway, man, a lot of collaborations. Rob, was there anything you wanted to add to that?
We might have a KAIZN crypto collaboration maybe in the future.
I hope
That's an
so.
interesting idea.
That'd be amazing.
We do have, yeah, we do have a particular zone in mind that might fit in quite well with your NFTs.
Yep. I think we both know what you mean there. I in terms of metaverse, I feel like these KAIZN NFTs would be rocking in cornucopias.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Be fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah. And we have a marketplace as well, you know, so there's opportunities there to put some of your future NFTs within our marketplace.
You know, that's one thing that I did want to chime in on earlier when you were talking about our NFT sales. We've also, you know, we utilized a partnership with Derp for the first 2 sales. And we told them in the very beginning, we're also working on our own tech, and we have been since early November, building our own tech, which is derailed, rabbit trailed multiple times, because in the beginning we thought we needed X and what we really needed was Y. But now we have our own NFT tech that we've used for this OG sale. The mint that Rob said that's currently going on, we have our own tech, and it's pretty exciting because we're able to assign, we're able to use a whitelist strategy, which, you know, that's our way. You know, if something goes down with all the demand, all the people that flood it, as long as we have a means of communicating with them, we can make everything right. But that being said, we didn't have any issues. The issues that we had on this last minting were more blockchain related, or user error related, things like that. We've got some solid tech, and that's what we'll be using for the land sale coming up soon.
I think we mentioned before, we've got 24 internal employees and contractors. They're the same. They're all working on the project full time. But our land site, which is the marketplace, that's also built by a third party, and we have a few other third parties working as well. So in total, there's over 40 people that are working on Cornucopias.
Wow. Okay. There's like there is an army that shows up to the war room. Okay. Wow. That's exciting. Yeah. You know, that's, I feel like going forward for a project that has this much interest in terms of the minting process, a whitelist makes a lot of sense. You know, there's just between the bots that'll come and spam an address, or, you know, just like the network congestion at that time with however many hundreds of NFT drops are currently taking place at the same time, right? A whitelist, it's a very, very solid strategy. And I think what that does as well is also creates incentive for existing token holders, right? There's more utility of holding the token because it allows for future accessibility to whatever other drops are going to take place that you guys have coming up. So, you know, just to see the evolution of the technology, it's also come a long way. But you know, I think you guys.
Sorry, I think it's also. I think it's important for us to say, you know, we know we've had issues, you know, with our first 2 mints, and this was purely because the approach that we wanted in minting was to do the multi-sig minting. So we would take the payment, we would build the NFT, and we would send it all in one transaction. We could have done just send ADA to this address, and then those come up, and then we fly back all the refunds and collect way too much, which we think is really, really bad on the Cardano network. So this is why our technology is different. And we've had a few teething problems, because every mint that you've seen, so we've minted 12,000 bubble jets, 12,400 javelins, now around about 700 bubble jet OGs. That is also the total number of transactions on the Cardano network.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. Wow. Wow. Well, you know, the progress that you guys are making is really exciting to keep up with. So keep doing what you're doing. You know, it's you got the community that you've built behind you. We're all rooting for you. You're building an incredible idea with this metaverse, this NFT game. I think it's fantastic to see the progress. As far as just a couple last questions that I have for you all here, we're just going big picture with it all now. So as far as success for cornucopias, as far as like the timeframes are concerned, so maybe shorter term would be maybe end of this year. What does success look like for you then? And then also going forward, maybe the next 5 or even 10 years, what does success of cornucopias actually look like?
a great question. I would say by the end of this year, success would look like we have a mobile game up and running. People are playing it. It's getting refined and improved, etc. We also have the alpha version of the game, the PC version up running. The game launcher is up running, in very limited capacities, right? So this isn't the full scope of the game, but we've got it up in alpha, and great things are happening there. That our team by the end of this year is where we need it to be to effectively and efficiently. It's not too huge, it's not too small. We don't have everybody bottlenecked. There's people that have the ability to create, and they have the space to create. The team is where it needs to be. The budget, the financials are where they need to be by the end of this year to carry out our vision. So that's what I'd say for that. In terms of 5 to 10 year, well, you're talking about gradual decentralization, where governance is taking a heavier and heavier weight upon what we do. You're talking about the ability for us to bridge eventually an avatar in from another gaming platform or potentially another chain or whatever. You're talking about more interoperability down the line that needs to exist. And, I don't think that necessarily means we have to come up with all of that, but there might be third-party ecosystem providers that help to create bridges, whatever it may be. I think it's more interoperable down the line. It's more connected. And there's means for people to bring in their own art in a way that's cohesive and still makes sense in our world. There's means for people to customize their own personal bubble. The community is huge, and people are building all sorts of different exciting groups and DAOs around what we're doing. There's like an entertainment division, and people are bringing in the arts and music and movies and film. People are creating on the platform. It's evolving on its own. That's the kind of thing that we're aiming for. Might be a little bit ambitious, and I don't know, but we take one foot and we put it in front of the other. Rob, what would you say? That's a vision question. So
yeah,
big.
I mean, for me, in 1 year from now, to have the community grow and to be as happy as the community is today, everything that we've put in place is built to scale. So, so we're building our technology to scale, but we're also building our teams to scale. So we're looking at gradually expanding them. I don't think we'll have a team of over 100 this year, but definitely in the future. We want to move into, we want to kind of, I shared a post or a blog based on one of Charles's previous videos, the island, the ocean, and the pond. And for us, the pond is kind of the crypto world today with NFTs. The ocean, well, we are the island in the middle, trying to bridge the current cryptocurrency world with the ocean, and the ocean is traditional gamers. So we want to be that perfect island in the middle. So for me, in 5 years from now, is to be accepted by the traditional gaming world and prove that cryptocurrency and players can own and actually earn, and their assets are not locked, and you benefit from all this. That's going to be one of the biggest challenges, because there's a lot of resistance at the moment, but we are very disruptive at the moment. And yeah, that's to be accepted in and I honestly think nearly every game in the 10, 20 years from now will have some element of play to earn within them, but we'll have to see whether that plays out or not.
Okay. Yeah, so it was quite a loaded question, but it's nice just to get an idea of the vision that you both have for what you're building. And, it's just, it's fun to think about stuff like that, right? The possibilities are really endless. And, just to touch on the points that you both had mentioned, the aspects that you're incorporating now are going to give you that much more of a head start. Just seeing where the technology is going, right? Play to earn, blockchain gaming, NFTs, in gaming, but also in the wider, space as it comes to just being able to verify ownership, create economic opportunities for people anywhere in the world. It's really exciting just to see the evolution and growth of this space. So fantastic to see what you guys are both doing with your game. Cornucopias, I'm super excited to play it. I've already got a bubble jet, so doing pretty good there. I've got one of the two. I need to get a javelin, but I can't wait to see what you guys do. Closing up for our interview today, guys, I really enjoyed our conversation today. It would be fantastic to keep up with your progress. For our audience, can you tell us a little bit more about your COPI Cafe and also where they can go to learn more about Cornucopias?
Sure. COPI Cafe is just a casual hang between Rob and I. And it was really what we wanted to do was kind of recap the week. But not only that, let people know what's going on, what we're up to, introduce the team, introduce, different industry voices, industry thought leaders as well. We want to start including industry topics that aren't just necessarily related to Cornucopias directly in that moment, but they are overall. So we want to start talking about industry topics and having, special guests on the show as well. But yeah, that's just a place for us to, we have a drink with us. And we talk about what we're drinking. It's just casual. It's fun. We're not trying to be too businessy or, whatever. Let's just have some fun. It's the end of the week. Typically, it's the end of the week when we shoot it, and then we, just put it out there for our community to enjoy. That's what COPI Cafe is.
That's shared on our official YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's on our official YouTube channel. Yeah, anything that we communicate is from our official channels. That's just a heads up to everybody out there that not to be listening to non-official channels, the scammers and such.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if you want to find out more about us, go to our website, cornucopias.io, or go to our Twitter, which is Cornucopias Game. And on there, you can find our link tree, which has all of our different socials as well. So, and please come join us in Discord. Our community is fun. We have a lot of fun in there. Talk to Rob in there sometimes, talk to me in there sometimes. A lot of fun. My brother Matt that does the NFT management and Discord management, and there's just a lot of good people in there. So,
and there's still opportunities for people to become an OG. All that information is just come into Discord and ask, and then the community will share.
Yep, there are.
The OGs every year will participate in a free mint.
Yeah. Currently closed until we lock the OG NFT, but as soon as that gets locked, we're reopened for adding new OGs for the next year's mint. So,
okay, cool stuff. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, Josh and Rob. I really do appreciate you both taking the time. It was fantastic chatting with you, and of course, would love to jump in there on COPI Cafe sometime. Chat it up with you guys, hang out in the Discord, all that good stuff. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you drop us a like. I will be sure to include those links that we mentioned also down in the description. So make sure you go ahead and check those out. And if you did enjoy it, leave us a comment. Let us know. Are you a Cornucopias NFT holder? Are you an OG? Let us know down below. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. And until the next video, take care, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.